Hello and welcome to another Ask Narrator Joy video. I wanted to talk a little bit today about all the different foods that I've covered in the videos with models that I've been doing. The different foods that irritate the skin and have been a problem for a lot of my clients that have acne. And some of these foods were, of course, dairy, and that does include cheese and milk and soy milk and also eggs. So it's the egg yolk that can be a problem for some people. Citrus fruits are also something that I do often take a lot of my acnetic clients off. Peanuts, and it's the oil in that peanuts that I've said this before, but even if I eat peanuts, I get pimples, and I never ever get pimples, so certainly peanuts will do that even for me. But food really does play such an important role for people. I have a number of clients that I'm finding more and more that are gluten intolerant, and it is a certain type of bump that happens from someone who is gluten intolerant. It is a type of acne, but it's not necessarily a pustule or a papule. And it's very interesting because in face mapping, where we do have our small intestine and then our large intestine, of course it is in this area here where we are seeing more and more people that have these little forms of acne, but it is a gluten intolerance description that we're seeing on their skin. So it's always very interesting to me, all the different types of things. I have a lot more people too that I'm also seeing that have Keratosis Pilaris, which is KP, and that is something where you find people have those little bumps on the backs of their arms. They often have it here on the face. And even today, working on a client, she did not have it on her face, but she had it on her neck and her décolleté. Some people get it on the tops of their thighs, and it's these tiny, tiny little bumps that we get that's also has a relationship to sugar. So I always tell people that do have the Keratosis Pilaris, if they do cut back on their sugar, they will notice that their bumps will be better. So that is something I'm also seeing more people that suffer with that. There is not a cure for it. But what you can do, and what I do on my clients that have the little bumps on the backs of their arms and on their face, is I work with the exfoliating mask, and I leave it on the skin. I work it into the skin because you want something that has an acid base that's going to really eat away and smooth out those little bumps. So the exfoliating mask, it has a little glycolic in it. The papaya enzyme papuan, it has the lemon peel powder. Any of those exfoliating masks are really important, that have a buffing effect. And I find it better than a lot of the scrubs, because the scrubs, sometimes you do scrubs too much, it builds up the skin, it makes the skin thick. So I like the ones that have more of a buffing effect, like that I'm always talking about with the face as well, for Keratosis Pilaris. So these are a couple of things that I'm seeing more and more of, and also just Candida albicans, which is yeast, and that also starts in the small intestine, which we start to see in this part of the face. As it develops more, it will spread down to the large intestine down here, but that is a particular type of pimple, so to speak, as well. It does not have it's not a pustule and it's not a papule, it's not painful. But I always say to people that if you rub your hand very lightly across a towel and the skin just feels gritty, is how I describe it, that very often is Candida. And Candida does not make you sick, but it makes you feel very tired, and it makes you lethargic and just very hard to get up in the morning, and it obviously plays a role on your digestive tract too. So that's another skin problem that I'm seeing out there, that people are being given antibiotics for, and they're being prescribed Accutane for these particular ones that I've just mentioned to you, and that's not going to help it. You have to really get to the cause. Where does it come from? Why is someone having this irritation, these pimples, this form of acne? Why is it happening? And as I said, it's not going to, your antibiotics, your Accutanes are not going to get to the bottom of it. So just a quick little video here to mention some different problems I'm seeing with clients more recently, seeing a little bit more of it than I have in the past, and I just want to talk about that. So that's it. I hope this has been somewhat helpful to you, and we'll be back to see you again soon for another video. Bye.